Okay, so in the previous video we talked about Ptolemy the Eighth, who sparked the civil war in Egypt, Alexandria. So what we're going to do is I mentioned at the end of that video that I'm going to go ahead and research so that we can continue our hypothesis about child prodigies, specifically under our hypothesis subject, Alexander Jackson. Now, some of the questions that we may ask ourselves in chronology is, who is Ptolemy? How did he do what he did? How did people relate to him? How do you recreate that type of character? Is it necessary for that character to exist, and does it already exist? How do you change his fate in his lifetime and in ours? Why did he do what he did? What became of him because of that? And what did he do to try to change his fate? Because if you remember in that previous video, I mentioned that he drowned at the end of that at the end of that war. He drowned in the Nile River. So I tried to look up documentaries. I didn't find any that specifically spoke about Ptolemy the Eighth. But one thing I did find was a book, and the name of the book is A History of Egypt under the um, Ptolemaic Dynasty. And if this is under Internet Archive, archive.org, and if you go under here, page 379, that's where chapter 8 starts. And chapter 8 is a few pages long. We're gonna go into several videos. We're gonna just go through, study some of the key points or the whole thing, depending on what it says, and see if we can find out more about Ptolemy and what exactly made him a child prodigy, as mentioned in this little history.com uh website when we were researching exactly what would researching child prodigies. Okay, so just so you can be up to date on what we're going with this.